Hello, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Malik Jackson, and today I'll be talking to you about collegiate capitalism. I'll be speaking on capitalism in college athletics. Colleges have a recruiting class for every semester year to recruit the top athletes from various high schools from all over the country. The goal is to recruit the top ranked individual that will give their organization the opportunity to achieve championship status. College sports has become a growing business over the years, capitalizing on broadcasting, team apparel, and souvenirs. College sports has even invaded television, owning its own day for game day celebrations. The NCAA makes $1 billion per year. College athletics as a whole pulls in about $12 billion annually. This money comes from ticket sales, student fees, and a vast majority comes from broadcasting. College sports broadcast every Saturday of the season to show their prime commodities, talents, and skills. For all the work and entertainment that college athletes do, should there be some type of endorsement deal, salary provided, or beneficial opportunities to them after a certain period of time? There are advocates for and against these students, athletes being paid. Those who are against do so based on the established policies of the NCAA guidelines. One of the main policies that comes to discussion and is amateurism. The amateurism policy was established to ensure the student's priority remains on obtaining a quality educational experience and that all students are competing equitably. All student athletes, including international students, are required to adhere to NCAA amateurism requirements to remain eligible for intercollegiate competition. The amateurism policy opens the floor for debate on many pros and cons of this topic. What are some of the factors that keep the NCAA reluctant on even considering paying college athletes? Those who oppose paying college athletes bring upon many valid explanations. There was a couple of them that stood out to me the most. One being the unfairness to less popular sports that acquire little to no revenue. A system of payment could unfairly burden smaller colleges that may not have the financial strength of some of the bigger colleges. Also, another great point, paying college athletes would deviate the student from what they came to college for, to get a degree and not gain a salary. Advocates such as sports agents, attorneys associated with NFL, professors of sports management, and others noted that paying athletes would make them employees and would weaken the structure of the athletes attending college for their education. There are also others who would prefer to tip the scale in favor of the contrary. Advocates for paying college athletes believe there should not be any restrictions for being compensated by outside parties for their talent and work, and that paying college athletes would encourage athletes to stay in school longer and not leave for a professional career. Some point out the physical risk of playing a contact sport and the toll it can take on the body. Some simply feel that with the massive amount of money surrounding the business, that the athletes should benefit. Many believe that athletes are being recruited to build the rankings and status of the team. Without the athletes, the profitable opportunities would not be as plentiful. My stance on this topic is to not choose a side, but to express my views, to raise questions, to carry forward the debate. Initially, I will say that participating in collegiate athletics is a privilege earned by the athlete. To, to be awarded a scholarship is an opportunity to not only play at another competing level, but to also further your education. Playing college athletics give you the platform to showcase your skills and growth, to potentially have a chance at building a career. However, many fail to realize that these colleges look for student athletes without always emphasizing the student. To compensate someone who has already been awarded the leisure of free education for their participation in sports would be unfair to others. Now to raise the question, who is to protect the college athlete from collegiate capitalism? Colleges capitalize on players' performance every year, but what happens when their prize commodity becomes worthless and their scholarships are revoked? I read an example of an article where a college athlete committed to the University of Oklahoma as early as his ninth grade year. Once he had the opportunity to play, his career was shortened by a catastrophic knee injury. Thus, the question remains, where does the burden lie? The article further talked about the student scholarship was not renewed, and his mother carried the burden of paying his outstanding college tuition. Because because they could not afford to pay, this student could not get his transcript from Oklahoma to transfer to another college. Should there be some type of insurance or beneficial or benefits if something catastrophic were to happen? The athlete the athlete would be protected. I am not for compensating student athletes, but I am for protecting the athlete from collegiate capitalism and making sure that he benefits from his education as much as he benefits from his athletic performance. All things considered, there are many variables to understand regarding paying college athletes. The argument will continue for years to come. Those for or against, the fact remains that there will be long lasting effects on the colleges involved in this process. College sports is such a major part of the college process. No, no matter what division the school, paying college athletes will eventually be decided by the NCAA by choice or by legal action. Thank you for listening.